Hi, I'm Natalia,
And I'm Leslie Marie,
and this is a We Are Fashionably Late podcast,
where we talk about the clothing we wear and the untold but very true stories about why we wear what we wear.
Hello.
We're back.
If I sound sick, I was sick for an entire week.
So you guys are getting a double release this week. That's the plan, since we kind of had to postpone a few things.
You either would have me here in spirit, or you'd have me here coughing the whole time.
I feel like if there was like a
and
doll
my eyes like
of
red, like just.
Also, she was like this the whole time, and then she just had like a blanket. She looked like a little old lady. You could still hear it in your voice a little bit.
Still hearing my voice,
Yeah.
a little
congestion.
But I'm not coughing.
Oh my gosh, she kept having cough attacks. It was funny.
And it was through anything, honestly. Like if I ate like crackers, the powder would go the wrong way. If I drank something really cold, and then
the other day you were chewing ice and then you started coughing.
But that's the thing, because I felt there's a point where I felt hot inside and I wanted cold, so I drank that and I was coughing. So I was like, there's no in between,
Yeah.
And then I had pasta. The pasta sauce got me.
And the Parmesan.
The Parmesan got
Which
me.
you made the pasta
sauce.
And
I made it. And I was craving it. And I,
Yeah.
So it was really, really hard week for me guys.
Yeah.
Both literally living life to life, like day to day, to wanting to film this. Like it was just, the day we were supposed to, I was
she was in bed the whole time, and I feel like we're able to give it to you, and we're at Natalie's like at a 70% right now.
70%.
But she would have been at a 7.
But outside, I want to be 100 because it's finally cloudy.
It's
finally
cloudy.
Rainy. It's cold.
In September too.
In
which
September,
is
it doesn't happen. Someone told me it was gonna be hot this weekend, so I believed them and brought shorts. It's cold.
Also, this is another thing about Natalie too. She can be sick.
Yeah.
Once she starts feeling a little bit better, she will still live in tank tops.
Yeah.
She will cover up.
I will cover up. I will learn my lesson.
Luckily, she has the turtleneck thingy. If not,
but it's a cropped.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Let's talk about your outfit. What are you wearing for this episode?
I'm wearing, if you guys remember seeing it, the iconic vest from the promo and from the thing. It's this little vest. I did
Where'd you
2
get it
buttons.
from?
Aritzia. Aritzia. I have the pants for them, but I was like, when it's fall time, so I have to go to a pumpkin patch to wear those, which is sad. And then I have Alo. It's an Alo, like a tank,
like a turtle.
like a
or
turtle.
Like a
it's called that
neck.
top tank, whatever, something like that. And then I have their new, it's like their boxer shorts as well.
They're cute. I saw that.
And then I just have my work shoes and
they're
then some little
striped.
scrunch socks.
Okay.
Yeah, on the hanger it looked like Beetlejuice, so I was afraid to get it. Then I showed Leslie and she wanted it, so I bought it for her, and now I'm wearing it because I actually like it. So.
Yeah.
I just need to buy like a white tank, I feel, and then it would look cute.
It
would make
or
it
like a
pop
white
out.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing, but yeah.
That's the look Natalie's giving.
And then my hair.
I feel like if you had cowboy boots, it would look so cute.
I feel with my hair, I wanted to give like 70s inspired because I think of denim and I think of 70s.
Love.
So I was trying to do that little.
Yeah.
Even
if you did little pigtails, it would look so cute. But I like
pigtails.
Yeah, like little. Anyways.
No, thank you.
So for me, I feel like when it comes to denim, because that's our topic for today, I think of cowboy, right?
Mm-hmm.
This look, should it be inspired by like Britney Spears? Yes. Is it really inspired by the lady at Costco? 100%. Because we went to Costco. This lady was wearing, she works there, and she had like denim on denim. Looked so cute. And she had like these like clogs, like shoes, like that they were like kind of like brown, but they had like gold around. Like it was just gorgeous. And I was
it's like a slip on, no?
Yeah, like the slip-on clog.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
It
was giving fall. It was giving like a little bit of Western, but it was just like a cute,
like a Hallmark movie type of, like that character, that side character that's like got her life together for some reason.
And she looked great, and I complimented her, and I was inspired by her. So I'm wearing this denim jacket. It's Natalie's, and then these are also yours.
These are mine.
Natalie's
I have not been able to find them. I know why.
So these are the Levi's jorts. These are the same baggy dad, but they're the jorts. Yeah. And then I have this Free People like little belt. I was feeling a bit like Hannah Montana-y. Let me see. I think you can tell. Look, Like, it's a little Hannah Montana-y. I like the gold on it. And it matches the necklaces that I'm wearing.
Which are mine.
Yeah. And then this is a Reformation.
That is the only thing that's not mine.
Dusk.
And the
top. Yeah. Yeah. And then
when I wear your clothes.
I have not stopped wearing my Golas.
Goobers.
Yeah. I don't have the insoles. I forgot to put them back in.
Your
but
feet are
it's still great.
Are they today?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
They're still comfortable.
But
that's what I have on.
That's what we're wearing.
That's what we're
jewelry,
wearing.
my basic jewelry. I lost my earrings, so I only have 2 earrings.
Oh yeah.
For my 4 holes on my lobe.
Yeah. So she needs to buy earrings.
I need to buy new earrings.
We also want to get another ear piercing. That's a whole other story. Also, I just realized in the last audio, I am so sorry for this. Natalie kept drinking out of her cup. And that's all you hear. So she's gonna do that again today with her tea.
But it doesn't have ice though. It doesn't have ice. The other one had ice.
But even like your gulps, like the mic picks it up. I'm sorry, we have a great mic. It's gonna pick it up, and it's so annoying.
Okay, at the same time, it's because I still have like a little bit of a sore throat, so it hurts to swallow.
Okay, but still, the mic's gonna pick it up. My apologies for that, because I know it could get annoying if you're listening to it.
Also, it's me preventing from me to do a coughing fit again, so I have to drink something so it doesn't happen. So because it gets dried out.
All right, so let's talk about the history of denim. This is why we're here. We're talking all things denim, right? So denim is basically the material. I feel like a lot of the times things will be like, oh yeah, the denim top, denim this, but we're talking about the actual material. So
it's like the fabric.
The fabric. So how it was made, right? Now, fun fact, denim, the actual name, it comes from some sturdy fabric in France, right? And so that's where the word comes from. It's technically French. But then the word jeans, because that's mostly what they're known for, denim jeans, right? Jeans is an Italian word, right? Where they also produce a similar fabric. And so technically, that's why a lot of these things kind of get confused, because they technically mean the same thing.
Is there another
Jean
word?
fabric, denim fabric, but in reality, it's like now we have like different other like materials that you could make jeans out of them, right?
Well, it's like, which is weird. Sorry, I had to like cut you off, but it's like chai. Chai is tea. Yeah. But we say chai tea. Yeah. Like it's the same thing.
Yeah. It's literally the same thing.
So
that's
like it's like denim jeans. Like it's the same thing. Like, you know.
But now obviously, since we have different materials available, synthetic and all this stuff, that people will be like these jeans, but in reality, it's the material. It's denim.
Yeah.
So there was a rise in popularity during the 19th century where
1800,
technically 1850s to be more exact, it was Levi's. Levi's started it all, right? So Levi's is basically from an immigrant. He was a tailor, right? And he created workwear for the miners, okay? I'm like looking at my notes because these are very thorough. I found so much information. So basically it was during the California Gold Rush, right? And they needed like workwear materials that were durable, that were gonna last, obviously, because a lot of them didn't have like full outfits how we have, or not full outfits, but like a big wardrobe, right? So it was really like their Sunday best and then like their work week. But that outfit they probably wore all week. Like it wasn't like a thing where they had two
different types.
And if they did, then they were probably like had a bit more money, and so they did have to. But this material really had to last, especially because it would get ripped, it would get stained, it would really like have to deal with the heat too that they were dealing with. And so they started making this durable reinforced pant that had copper rivets. So not only are they, I have it like right here,
those like, little like weird buttons pressing
out. Buttons that almost look like they're pressing out.
And then you don't have the top. That one.
Okay, so basically those rivets are also iconic, and they're very, that's something that Levi's invented. So if anybody else has made it, they've copied Levi's. Not only with that and the material, that's their thing. And so in 1873, they created the first blue jean, and that kind of became a standard workwear. So it was known through mining, through railroad work. That was a tongue twister.
Railroad work.
And through farming. So any labor, like heavy jobs.
Which makes sense, like, now the correlation of when you see, like, let's say for farmers, like, they wear that and you're like, oh, he's a cowboy. Like, and he wears his boots, like, he's a cowboy. Or if they wear, like, full-on denim, you're like, okay, that's a cowboy. Or, like, this. Because it's, like, technically that's why it was invented. Invented for the workers. For the blue-collared
men. And also, so now, getting into the earliest 20th century, I love that you said cowboys, because that was also when it became a big Western wear. So I'm talking cowboys, I'm talking ranchers. They kind of adopted the denim jean, and it became a part of their everyday attire. And then also military use. So during World War II, denim was used in military uniforms.
I think it's just a dye, no?
Yeah. So that's also another thing too. I think the colors could change differently depending on like what you're using it for. We have the light wash, we have the dark wash, we even have a green wash, we have black, like, so it can change. We have the acid wash now, which we'll get into, but basically that material has kind of been known and correlated with like work wear, like especially like really intense work wear. But after that, so post World War II, it became more of a casual wear. So now we're talking like more of like, it became like these icon staples in Hollywood, right? So you really had the public wearing them, not only as like young teenagers would wear them in everyday attire, they kind of made them casual, but also you had them in movies where like people like James Dean and Marlon Brando, they would wear it, and it was kind of symbolized with like youth and rebellion, but also like hot men, you know?
Yeah, I feel like you could also think of like the Gracers.
Yes.
Like how they would dress. Or like if you know like the Outsiders, the boy, the book and all that stuff. Like it's the same thing. Like for them it was like they could have like a t-shirt and like a cover up,
white
like,
t-shirt.
Or like a leather jacket, but as long as they had their denim jeans.
Yeah.
Like that's how you were identified as either a greaser or an outsider or like this or that.
But they all had denim.
But they had denim in them, yeah.
And so really like the popularity of it was the jean itself, right? We kind of didn't start getting the jackets until a little bit later, which we'll get into. But it really just started being like this symbol of like the jeans, the distress of them, the workwear of them kind of had to do with this, like either you're a worker or you're like kind of rebelling against society in a way. In the late Are you good? Yeah. In the late 60s and like the 70s, this is when denim kind of started representing more of your personal style, right? Where we had more DIY. So it was also known for hippies, for activists, and for musicians, right? And this is where we started to play with the denim structure. So now it wasn't just the jean that you know. Now it was like bell bottoms. Now it was jackets. It was vests. And they would also skirts. They would also get like things on them. So like you had patches. You had hand sewn things. You had them ripped. Like you kind of distressed them in your own way.
Safety pins, like for the rockers, you would put safety pins in it, like a cloth and something.
For the hippies, they would paint on them. Yeah.
I also feel like, you know how like now it's like, or it was a trend or still a trend, you know, like that long like denim skirt. Yes. I feel like it's really somebody who was like, either their legs got ripped off or something, you know, like in a riot or something, and they didn't want to throw away that such good denim jean, so they sewed it to be a long skirt.
Which that's another thing too. During this time, right, we didn't really have fast fashion, and so the things you had were either like passed down to you, or they were things that you wanted to like conserve. Maintain, and so if it got ripped, like you'd sew a patch on it. If it got like torn up at the sleeves, or the sleeves didn't fit you, you'd cut the sleeves and you'd use it as a vest. And so it was more of this like DIY, because it had been like a few decades that these materials were still trying to get conserved. And there was like innovation because you were trying to maintain
they were like,
it.
Like they were out here being like fashion stylists, like on the go type of thing.
And I feel like it just became a canvas for self-expression. So honestly, how you said, for the hippies, they had like their vibe, and like they would decorate it for them. For the greasers, for the rockers, like they kind of all had their style.
I feel like this is why I feel like a lot of like rock stars, especially like punk rock stars, very much piggybacked off of like Vivienne Westwood's like style, because it wasn't something where it was just structured in one way. She would use so many different elements to create something. And then boom, a little hint of denim. And then the denim was also DIY. So I feel like it was like, especially for the punk rockers and all that stuff during the 90s, I feel like that's why they piggybacked of her, because it was like it was still keeping that idea of it that they knew.
Which it's funny to say, because like you could always be inspired by like what came before you, but really knowing the history of why they did that is so intriguing, because they did that because they really didn't have other things to play with. And so what they had,
limited what they had.
So with what they had, they would kind of make it work, and they would DIY it. And so I think that's also nice that like jeans now have been customized and invented in different ways. So like, for example, key factors that really make the denim popular, right, would be the durability of it. So again, this is a material that will last a really, really long time. You also have the versatility of it, so it can suit different fashion trends, right? Like we were talking
just for
about
one,
like it could be cowboys, it could be rock stars, it could be hippies, like it could go through so many. But it's kind of like this like canvas that you can like make things on.
It's like a range of variety that you could use for it you know? It's not just one.
And it also has like this cultural significance of like self-expression and rebellion with it. And so now I think the fashion evolution of it has been designers trying to reinvent the denim, right? So now we're trying to make different types of denim jackets, different like the jorts, you know,
the jorts, like literally it's just like it's that style, but it's just a short.
It's just short.
But it's jorts because they're not short shorts like they're wedgie ones. They're like
we have wide leg, we have baggy, we have, you know,
and that is funny, because when I went to try on to get these, I had thought the ones that I had first grabbed were these, but they were rib cage, which are more of a high waist. These are jorts, so they're more of a lower waist.
That's also another thing, like mid-rise. Like, so now it's been
there's different terminology for, again, what style you are, and as well as what body type you are, because not every jean goes with every body type, but it's like finding your perfect jean. You will stick to that because you know it complements your body so well.
And I feel like that's also something that, like, I don't know, it's so cool that like one piece of fabric has become so many things, right? And it has evolved and has still stayed relevant. I think the only thing now moving forward, it's really in the sustainability effort of it, of when it gets created, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But that's really where it's going. It's being innovated in the fashion of like how we produce it, but then also in like new ways of like reinventing the denim we love.
When people make purses, like that's kind of cool.
That's really cool. Tote bags.
And like even those big slouchy bags. I saw one the other day at Cotton On, so that's kind of cool. So talking about now how Levi's have, not only because they've been here for like over 100 years, they want to continue that idea of it without it, even with how we have fast fashion now and all that stuff, they want to continue with that. So what they have is this program in-house. They have an in-house tailor, so they could do like upcycling work on your denim. If you want to add patches, if you want to add embroidery, if you want to add like different things to your specific, distress them to your specific jean, to your specific denim Levi's item, they have an in-house person to do that for you. Because it's this thing where it's like, one, they want to make sure that they're responsible in their end of life for their jeans. Like, not only are they focusing on the sustainability process while making the product, but they want to make sure that the buyer has that opportunity and that ability to continue it till the end of it, you know? And so that is like something that they do. Like, honestly, you know? And this is where, you know, without you getting too much into like, okay, I don't know how to do this, like they have people to upcycle. I think
that's also another thing that I would applaud Levi's for. They've been and they've stayed relevant. Even though denim is just like a piece of fabric, they've really thought about the community. They've really thought about, like, they're really mindful when it comes to the process of making it, of everything. I feel like their most iconic jean is the 501 jeans.
We know those.
Which we know and love. I feel like they were also innovative in when it came to washing and distressing. So like the first distressed jeans, they saw people were doing that and they're like, hey, why don't we just sell it? Like it's
like
already
that's already done. Like you don't have to go to
Yeah.
the process to doing it. It's already done.
It's already done.
You know, and then also, while we knew that denim was made for working men, now
Yeah.
they went into the whole of women's jean.
Yeah.
Again, how I explain, we have different styles of jeans for different body types of women. Because you need to find your perfect jean,
So
and when you do,
the first ones,
that's the thing.
the first Levi's, like, I don't even know why I did quotation marks, but the first Levi's were called Lady Levi's in the 1930s, when it was women that were working kind of like from the 30s to the 70s. They really knew that it wasn't just for men.
Yeah.
They started also having women who were working women, who were this, who were that.
Yeah.
Which is such a like power move of them
they
being
were
like,
they spearheaded that type of
yeah.
idea that now we have working women.
Yeah.
So now we have to fit
When
for
you
them.
think of like even like Rosie the Riveter,
Yes.
right? What is she wearing? She's wearing jeans and a white shirt and a little bandana. Jeans.
Yes.
Obviously, why? Because Levi's was really like on top of it. Like
Yes.
they were really like, we're here for it. And I think now it's just like more of the sustainable efforts, right?
Now,
Of,
I
like,
think now that they were able to go into the how fast our world is moving and progressing, fast fashion and all that stuff, now they want to bring it back to its roots, where it's like now we maintain it, now we take care of our earth, we take care of our product for the long run. They want to keep that idea of passing it along generations with the quality of their denim.
I think their thing right now is called the waterless techniques. So it's like, since denim really takes up a lot of water to get processed and made and everything, they're trying to do that. So now it's like they're using less water, they're using less like emissions, and it's, I think the percentage was, it was 96%
I think that was
less with their new methods
that
now,
they were doing,
which is a huge advance. Yeah.
And when people try to rag down on Levi's, I'm like, but you don't understand the process.
We
that
sound
they
like
do.
we're sponsored by them. I swear
know,
we're not, but
if
it's
we
just
were,
like,
I would be so happy.
if
Like,
we are Levi's.
I love Levi's. Like, Levi's has
Collab.
been a part of my family for so long. Like, we've never like not had a Levi's. Like, my dad loved Levi's. Like, his work
He was
pants,
a construction worker, so
and he loved Levi's. Like, he was like, this is the type of pants that I need.
Yeah.
Like, he had his work one and he had his like going out one, but he was a
Mom
Levi's
had
through
the
and through.
501.
My
like,
mom loved
my
the
mom
501.
was a, you know, like a 90s
Boot cut.
person in like who had the denim.
Yeah.
Like, I just think of like Rachel
My-
Green, and
My mom
you know,
was like
that was my mom.
exactly.
like
Yeah.
she would dress like
she would dress like that, and
Yeah.
even like now she was like, okay, I need my Levi's. She'd anytime to pants that we'd buy like
Levi's.
that wasn't Levi's, she's like, just get your Levi's. You know that they'll last long, and the color and everything will stay there.
Yeah.
So like
it's funny.
It's funny.
Me with my jorts, baggy dad jeans
my
all the way.
jorts.
Natalie's
but yeah.
Natalie and her vest.
But yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there's also other brands though that are
Yes.
kind of doing, I mean, they have, this is the thing. There's so many brands who are also trying to work with like sustainability efforts. So we have Mud Jeans, who's doing the closed loop system. We have Kings of Indigo, who are really focusing on the organic cotton that they're using. We have Outland Denim, which is using biodegradable dyes, which is so amazing. And then we also have brands like Reformation, who are using upcycled denim materials. So all of these like brands now are kind of taking that next step to produce denim, or to make denim in a way that's like not affecting our earth. It's more sustainable.
Yeah.
I feel like that currently is the new way of like being fashion forward, getting the material itself to be sustainable.
Also feels like authentic.
Yeah.
To a denim feeling.
It doesn't lose the quality.
And it doesn't lose the quality. Also, if you guys haven't already, follow our Instagram. Our designs not only give a little bit more information that we might have missed, but it also gives you the pictures of these items. So like, as well as we're talking to it, as much as we put on
the
here,
visuals are,
but the visuals will be there to explain and like show you guys. 'Cause as me, I'm like more of a visual and listener person. So,
or
you
if
know,
you're
you have
watching the YouTube video, you'll see all the pictures kind of going on here.
But and not only are we talking about these brands, we also have sustainable denim brands that we want to talk about. And one that we already know is Patagonia.
AG jeans. We have Everlane. We also have Stella McCartney, which is like her brand too, is very eco-friendly.
Yeah.
We have Wrangler, who's taking initiative in that too.
If you think about it, Levi's and Wrangler are always like the top two that we know about worker jeans. Yeah. And now they're worker jeans, but they're going into like the fashion.
Sustainability of it,
the
which we love. All right,
T.
So that's the history. That's the sustainability.
The Levi's.
We love
icons.
Levi's. Love you.
I'm not wearing Levi's. I'm so sorry. Les is wearing Levi's. But I mean, we mostly go directly towards Levi's. Like if we can, we do. But there's no Levi's where we were when I had to buy something like this. So, anyways, I'm ranting.
That's another thing. But yeah,
continue now with our pop culture
moments. Fave one, which I think it's like the most memorable. It's Britney and Justin.
Yes,
we know them on the red carpet.
We know the iconic look.
It was denim on denim on denim on denim. I won't get into it because I feel like we talked a little bit about it with the Y2K.
Y2K and episode. I think boy bands too. When we were talking about like their style and stuff like that, like how they would go all like the same, and then that was the one look that they didn't go the same. Anyways, yeah.
So if you're curious about that, definitely check out those 2 episodes. Yes. Those 2 will definitely have a more in-depth about that specific look. I feel like others were like on TV.
Especially in the 80s, if you did or did not watch things like Lethal Weapon,
Die Hard.
If
you grew up with a dad who loves action,
if you grew up with a dad that likes action, those were like the main, especially because they were male oriented, like lead actors, like characters. So they would wear, especially Riggs.
I feel like Riggs, even with the cowboy boots.
But
he's a cop.
But he's a cop.
Yeah.
Even when they did the show later on, they kept that same idea of his outfits with it being that stuff like that.
I think something too, it's like it still kept that vibe of like rebellion.
Yes.
Because he was like the rebel, and so I think that's
instead of being specific. In his suits and all this stuff, because he was a detective, so instead of him being like in the suits and all that stuff, he was in his denim.
Yeah. With his cowboy boots. Which is crazy because it's like he wasn't a cowboy, but he still embodied that aesthetic. I think it just ties it all together. Like everything that we were
his
kind of
persona,
talking about.
how he wanted to be, like he did it. And it's like one.
Which has a lot to do with like whoever was the costume designer and like kind of notes that they got.
Yeah.
I feel like another one in the 90s, it was very like, we said like punk obviously, but also I feel like hip hop culture embraced it.
Yeah.
I feel like you have like Tupac, you have like Run DMC, like there's definitely denim influences in there too.
I think especially like the rappers and stuff, they would wear very baggy like pants.
Yep.
And underneath it, they wear like either their boxers or like sometimes even like their basketball shorts or something, like to show it. But it was always like baggy.
Yeah.
But it was like a denim
But it's
material.
like their way of using that denim, which is so interesting. Another thing too, I feel like when you want to go more for like the girlies, right? You think of 90s, but you also think of the Beverly Hills like show, the 90210.
90210. You think of Friends, especially like Rachel and Monica. They were the ones wearing most of the denim.
Yeah.
I feel like Phoebe was wearing more of like the vest or like the jackets.
Which again, she was more of a hippie. Yeah.
Which you get like 3 versions of it. You get the hippie, you get the like minimalist, and then you get like the one that's like fashion forward one. So you get like 90s. In the 90s, which those are great examples of them.
Which I think like now like looking into like knowing like denim kind of like the significance where it came from, and if you look at TV shows now, you'll see it differently, or even in music or in street style, you'll kind of
how they wear them.
You'll see it differently.
I think especially like them taking their own spin and their own style of it to make like their outfits and all that stuff, like
which I feel like
it's
the
same.
Very much what denim is about, self-expression.
So if I can go a little bit further, Ms. Taylor Swift in the first Chiefs game, what she wore it was not the same color of denim, but it was denim on denim, and she rocked it with some red knee-high boots.
That's also true. Wait, that's also true.
But it's her version of it, because if you didn't know or whatever, there were some things that were happening going on in the news about their relationship, and she showed up with that outfit.
She was like, boom.
It was like a nice little...
Also, if we're going to tie it back to in current modern street style, you have men like Paul Mescal, Harry Styles, that wear them with cardigans, with knitwear, and it's almost like cozy casual. And so
it kind of went from this like full rebel to now it's just like cozy and casual men.
Mm-hmm.
We love.
Definitely.
We love. I feel like that's pretty much everything we have for denim.
But again, like I said, our Zine has
too.
a little bit more information.
Yeah.
I try to pinpoint things that we talked about or we didn't talk about in it, if that makes sense.
To kind of
elaborate more, get you guys in the loop of everything.
Yeah. So definitely follow our social media so you can see all of that. Also follow the YouTube video for like more
our videos,
like
our shorts.
Yeah, it's literally like an extended unfiltered cut of the episode.
Yeah. You hear the little short in the audio, but in the video you get the full.
You get
range.
everything.
You get all the face expressions, all the zoom ins,
all the randomness,
all the little type ins,
all the pictures,
all the
if
captions.
you're a video girly, you know,
all of those.
all of it.
I got you.
But anyways, we love you, Queenie.
Heart you, love you, Queenies.
See
Stay
ya.
fashionable.
Okay, bye.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening. Please don't forget to leave us a review and to share this podcast with your loved ones, acquaintances, and really just anybody and everybody who will listen.
We will be releasing a new episode every Wednesday and YouTube videos every Sunday.
Also, you can follow us on our Instagram at We Are Fashionably Late with 2 E's at the end for more behind the scenes content.
Send you guys lots of love and virtual hugs. Can't wait to see you guys next week.
Bye!